What's up YouTube, it's Optimal, and today I'll be showcasing you guys some of the combos for my Utopia deck. So let's get right into it. So first off, this would be our opening hand. You technically only need 4 cards, 1 card to discard, and specifically these 3 monsters. You're going to summon your Onomatopoeia. Your Onomatopoeia will let you summon out your coat and your glove from your hand. You're going to specifically overlay your Onomatopoeia and your glove. Then you're going to go ahead and X-summon your ZeXaL Servant, Utopic Sage. Utopic Sage, detach your 2 X materials from him. That will let you add your ZeXaL Servant. Well, not add, it'll let you special summon your ZeXaL Servant Ascended Sage from your deck. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to bring back Onomatopoeia through the effect of coat. And then because we control Onomatopoeia, we're going to special summon our glove back from our graveyard. We're going to go ahead and overlay all 3 of these guys to summon out our Prime Mathmech Albion. Now that we have Albion on the field, we're going to detach all 3 of its X materials, and we're going to go ahead and add from our deck to our hand Yugioh Utopia. Now that Yugioh Utopia is in our hand, we're going to go ahead, overlay these 2, summon Utopic Future, and then on top of Utopic Future, we summon out our Draco Future, so we have negation on board. Next, since we control an X monster, special summon the Yugioh Utopia, and then we're going to go ahead and discard 1 card. Doesn't really matter what we discard. We're going to just discard 1 card, and then from there, we're going to add our Exchange Tactics from our deck to our hand. Then we're going to go ahead and activate our Exchange Tactics. We're going to overlay these 2 guys, summon out Utopia double. Because we summon a Utopia monster, we get to draw 1 card. Now, Ascended Sage's ability activates, which will let us add our Hyper Rank Up Magic, Utopia Force from our deck to our hand. So we add this from deck to hand. Next up, we're going to go ahead and activate Utopia Double's ability, detach 1 X material, and we're going to be able to rank up into our Utopia, and we're going to get to add our Double or Nothing from our deck to our hand. Now that we've done that, because we summoned a Utopia monster, Exchange Tactics lets us draw 1 more card. So we're going to go, after this, we're going to go ahead and rank up into... We're going to go ahead and rank up into our number C39 Utopia Ray. And because we summon another Utopia monster, we get to draw 1 more card at a cost of 500 life points. And next, we're going to activate our Hyper Rank Up Magic Utopia Force to go into our Utopia Dragner. Now, Dragner will let us draw 1 card again because of Exchange Tactics. Now we're going to go ahead and activate Dragner's effect to detach 2 X materials off of it. And from there, we can special summon out our Ultimate Leo. Our Ultimate Leo will let us to draw 1 more card off of Exchange Tactics, because it's a Utopia monster and it was X summoned. Next, we're going to activate the effect of Hyper Rank Up is going to activate, equip itself to Ultimate Leo. We're going to detach the material from Ultimate Leo so we can search out our Pegasus Twin Saber, equip it from our... We're going to, straight from the deck, we're going to equip it onto our Ultimate Leo. And so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cards in our hand, plus the Double or Nothing. So obviously you're gonna have to set 1 card before you pass turn, but we've already replenished our hand. We have 2 negations, an attack reducer, and another negation. After this, we're gonna pass turn to our opponent, detach our last 2 overlay units. We're gonna go ahead and summon out our number 38 Hope Harbinger. And with Hope Harbinger on the field now, our Hyper Rank Up is going to activate, equip itself to Hope Harbinger. You specifically want to summon Hope Harbinger in defense because one cool interaction that happens if your opponent declares an attack, Hope Harbinger can redirect the attack to itself, use Dragon's effect to reduce that opponent's monster's attack to 0. So because their attack is 0, and then the defense points for number 38 is 2,500, they'll take 2,500 points of damage. So we have a spell negator, 3 negations, an attack reducer, 6 cards in hand, and 1 discard father. And then whenever you activate Dragon's effect to negate an effect and steal your opponent's monster, you want to send Utopic Sage specifically to the grave, because if you send this guy to the graveyard, it provides further protection for your Utopic and Utopia Xyz monsters. Okay, now we're going to move on to combo number 2. Alright, so it's going to be the same dealio as the first combo. We're going to use these 3 specific monsters. So you already know the drill. We're going to summon Onomatopoeia. And then that special summons this guy out. These 2 guys out. Then we're going to go ahead and specifically use these 2. We're going to go into our Utopic Sage, deattach 2. Then we're going to get our Ascended Sage. Then Coat brings back Onomatopoeia. Gloves brings itself out. Overlay these 3. We're going to go into our Primex Albion. Deattach 3 materials. As you guys can see, this is basically the bread and butter of the deck. We're going to add you to hand. Special summon Astral Utopia. Overlay U2. We're going to go into, where are you? Our Utopic Future, then place Draco Future on top of it. Activate you, discard 1 card from our hand, doesn't matter what card it is. That will get us our ZeXaL field. We're going to go ahead and activate our ZeXaL field to protect all our Xyz monsters and all our Xyz plays. Overlay these 2. You can get Utopia double. And because we used Ascended Sage, that gets us our hyper rank up from our deck to our hand. Next, we're going to deattach 1 Xyz material. So we're going to go ahead and get our double or nothing. And we're going to be getting our number 39 Utopia. Next up, we're going to rank up into our C39 Utopia Array. We're going to go ahead and activate our hyper rank up. So we can go into our Dragner. From Dragner, we deattach 2 Xyz materials. And we're going to go ahead and summon out our Ultimate Leo. Hyper rank up now activates. Equipping itself to Ultimate Leo. Deattach this. And we can go ahead and fetch our Twin Saber. Equip it to Ultimate Leo. And then before we pass turn, we're going to end with 1 card in our hand from our original starting hand. The double or nothing as discard father. We're going to go ahead and pass turn to our opponent. And because we have ZeXaL field, this is where the magic happens. Deattach your last 2 Xyz materials from Utopia Dragner. And we're specifically going to go for Chaos number 65, King Overfiend. ZeXaL field's going to activate so we can attach a Djinn Buster as an overlay unit to King Overfiend. Then our Utopia Force is going to go ahead and attach itself as an overlay unit to Overfiend. So now we have 3 negations with a body steal because it can snatch one of your opponent's monsters, protection, and also a skill drain on legs. And then this is the exact reason I told you guys I'm running Shining Draw as my spicy tech choice. Because when it comes back to your turn, activate the effect of ZeXaL field, where you're going to go ahead and you're going to take, where is it? The spell card Shining Draw. So instead of conducting your normal draw phase, you're going to place this card on the top of your deck. And then when you draw it during your normal draw phase, you met the condition for this card. Go ahead and activate it. And once it's activated, you're going to be able to take your ZeXaL weapon Tornado Bringer and your ZeXaL weapon Lightning Blade, and you're going to be able to equip them on to your Utopia Ultimate Leo. So your Ultimate Leo, Ray, is going to be a huge beat stick. And you should be going for game at this point. And in case you didn't want to go for King Overfiend, another play that you could have done is, again, you would still have your ZeXaL field on the field. You would go for your number 100 instead. Your Numeron Force, your Utopia Force would equip to it, just like normal. And this time around, your board is going to be number 100, 3 negations with a Snatch Steal, an attack reducer, an even bigger beat stick. So when it comes back to you, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card and then just ram into your opponent's monster, go for game, and then that's how you close the game out. Or if you did the number 38 play where you went for Hope Harbinger, you guys remember we had let me just go ahead and search the card out. That way I can give you guys a visual to look at. So we had our Xyz Change Tactics. We did not have this on the field. So okay, this would have been the other board you could have done if you did not go for number 38 Hope Harbinger. So you would have had Xyz Change Tactics, your Double or Nothing for Discard Father, and you would have had this ending board with 6 cards in hand. Clearly, you're gonna have to set 1 card, so you have 1 set card. This would be your board, and then an entirely replenished hand. If instead of going for number 38, you went for number 100. So this is how you mix it up. And this is the more aggressive version. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a cool interaction with if you decided to go with the more defensive version of this deck. So let me just go ahead and again reset the cards. Alright, here we go. This is going to be the more defensive build. So specifically, instead of running Utopia Ray, you should be running Utopia Prime. And then instead of number... where is it? Instead of running number 100 Numeron Dragon, you're gonna be running number 39 Utopia Rising. So this is for a more survivability and more defensive playstyle. So the specific condition to meet this is you're gonna have to have Utopia in the graveyard along with Utopia Prime. So you're gonna go ahead and have, let's just say for example you have these two. And you're going to need a ZeXaL and Trust. So what we're going to go ahead and do is first off, we're going to activate ZeXaL and Trust to add our Utopia Prime back to our hand. But since Xyz monsters can't belong in your hand, it's going to go back into the extra deck. So that goes to the grave. Now we're going to go ahead and summon Onomatopoeia, special summons out our Glove. Now we're going to go ahead and summon our Utopia Rising in defense mode. We're going to activate Utopia Rising's ability to special summon Utopia back from our graveyard in defense mode. The overlay units are going to go ahead and transfer over to Utopia. This goes to grave now. We're going to slap on the Utopia Prime we just got back from Xyz and Trust on top of Utopia. And you should be like in mid game or late game. And you should be on the back end. So your opponent should be like a lot of life points and you are on the back foot. So you're going to detach all 3 Xyz materials, reduce your life points to 100, nuke all your opponent's special summon monsters. Oh, and also because you Xyz summoned, you're going to be able to bring back your Utopia Rising onto the field. And then, because your life points are clearly at 10 because of Utopia Prime, you can activate the effect of ZeXaL and Trust. So you can add 1 ZeXaL spell or trap card from your graveyard and add it to your hand. So you're going to banish ZeXaL and Trust. So remember, this has to be late game or mid game. So you can add either one of these 2 cards if they're in your graveyard back to your hand. So, and then you can have some follow-up plays, because if you have ZeXaL and Trust, next card you draw, you can reveal that card, shuffle it back, and then add any of these cards from your deck to your hand. So that's the more defensive version of the deck, and pretty much this deck is pretty fun to play, pretty easy play style, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see if I can come out with maybe some gameplay of the video, or maybe do a test hand video, because I don't know how to use a video capture card yet, but we'll see what happens. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for our future videos, and I'll catch you guys later.